This is such a nice looking problem. If you want to solve this problem, please pause the video because I'm going to solve this problem right now. So you're watching another episode on prime logic. This is the problem setup. What is the area of this triangle? So we have two squares and we have two triangles. What is the area of this triangle? So we know that this is a square, so this side of this triangle, this right angle triangle, is also 3. So using the Pythagorean theorem, we can find the length of this hypotenuse. So we can write it down as c squared equals 3 squared, which is 9, plus this side squared, so 3 square root of 3 squared. So it is 9 plus 27. So c squared equals 36. In other words, the hypotenuse is just 6 units. So for those of you who want a faster approach, so this is the general approach for finding the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So for those of you who want kind of a faster approach, in any triangle, like in not any triangle, but any right angle 60, 30, 90 degree triangle. So whenever you have a right angle triangle, it has other angles, a 60 and 30. So we can say that the bottom leg or bottom side is square root of 3. So if we name this as x, for example, this is square root of 3 as x, or root 3 times x, and this is 2x. The hypotenuse becomes 2x because of the angle. So x, square root of 3x, and 2x. So here we have the same setup, right? It is square root of 3 square root of 3. And then this side is also 3. So 3 is the x here. So square root of 3 times 3, that's the same thing. And it is also 3. That's x. So the hypotenuse is 2x, or 2 times 3, which is 6. So that was kind of a point that I'd like to mention here. So that's a general approach using the Pythagorean theorem. So now we want to calculate the area of this triangle. So we know that this is 90 degrees, right? And so is this angle, 90 degrees. And we know that the whole angle here is 360, so 360 degrees. But what is the angle here, right? So in our previous step, we found that this angle must be 60 degrees because of the relationship, the proportion of the sides. So that's square root of 3 times 3, and this is 3. So this must be 6, and this angle must be 60 degrees, and this angle also must be 30 degrees. But even if you don't know this kind of faster approach, we can calculate the angle in between two sides of any triangle using the law of the cosine. So the law of the cosine says c squared, or any side of the triangle squared, equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine theta, right? So that's called the relationship between, that's the law of the cosines. So we have, so this is the c. Let's name this c because we want to calculate the angle here. So c squared, that's 3 square root of 3 squared, which is 27, equals a squared. So for example, 3 squared, it is 9, plus 6 squared, which is 36, minus 2a, so which is 3, b, it is 6, cosine theta. So we can write it down and simplify that as, so 2 times 3, it is 6, times 6, it is 36. So 36 cosine theta equals, so 9 plus 36, it is 45. minus 27, it is 18, right? So 36 cosine theta equals 18. So cosine theta equals 18 over 36, or 1/2, or 1/2. So what angle? So theta is the arc cosine of 1/2. So which angle has the cosine of 1/2? So think about it. Which angle has the cosine of 1/2? So this angle is the same angle as we calculated in the previous step. So we know that the cosine of 60 degrees, so theta equals 60 degrees. So that was a general approach, but we knew that, so based on the previous part, it is 60 degrees. So that's the law of the cosines. You could calculate any angle between the two sides of the triangle using the law of the cosines. So now that we know the angle here, it's 60 degrees, it is 90 degrees, it is 90 degrees. So the whole thing must be 360 degrees. So 360 equals 90 plus 90 plus 60 plus, let's name it as alpha or something else. So 90 plus 90, 180 degrees. 180 degrees plus 60 degrees, that's 240. So 360 equals 240 plus alpha. So alpha equals 120 degrees. So this angle here is 120 degrees. And we know that this is a square, so this side is free, and also this is a square. This side is also 6. So we have two sides of a triangle and the angle between these two sides. So what is the correct approach to finding the area of a triangle using two sides and the angle between? So that's using the sine formula. So the area equals, so 1/2 times B sine theta, or the sine of the angle between them. So let's calculate it. The area of this triangle equals 1/2 times 3 times 6 times sine 120 degrees. So what is sine 120 degrees? Sine of 120 degrees equals sine of 90 minus 30 degrees, right? Because it is 30 degrees more than 90 degrees. So that's sine of 60 degrees. So that's area equals, so 18 over 2, it's 9, and sine of 60 degrees, it is square root of 3 over 2. And that's the final answer, 9 square root of 3 over 2, which I think equals to 7.79 square units. So that's the final answer, and that's going to wrap it up for today. I want to see your solution and your approach as well. So make sure to drop your thoughts and answers in the comments below, and don't forget to share and subscribe. And see you on our next video on prime logic.